Alright, so I'm going to be posting this before my videos, guys, and you can partake in it or not, but we're going to do some singing bowls and I'm going to say a little prayer. And you're welcome to just sit and relax and free your mind up before the reading with me. I just wanted to do this. I'll timestamp it, so if you want to go straight to your reading, that's fine too. So we're going to go ahead and start. Take a deep breath. I call upon light and all beings whom serve only love and light. I ask you, angels, ancestors, and light beings, to cleanse and protect this space. Ask for your protection and guidance so that your divine sight can be delivered with love and healing for the greatest good. I ask you, angels, ancestors, and guides, to assist those whom these messages are meant for, to assist them on their journey of healing and spiritual growth. I appreciate your unconditional love and guidance. Thank you, angels, guides, ancestors, and Lord of Love. Amen. Okay, guys, so singing bowls. I'm just going to relax and listen. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that. And if so, I'm glad, and I'm happy you guys come to my channel and enjoy your reading. Hi, guys. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome, and thank you for coming by. If you're returning, thank you for your continued support, your likes, your subscribes. I appreciate it. I am on the fire signs, and I'm getting ready to do Leo. So I'm just getting these ready for Leo, who rules the 5th house of passion, play, children, confidence, and creativity. Leo is also a fixed sign. All right, we're gonna get one of these. Oh. Oh, okay. Let me just sit with that for a second. Okay. This has some, actually, it's like our moon phase about right now in that card. I feel like there could be some reminiscing, maybe even listening to a lot of music. This does feel like it could involve love or a relationship of some sort. It almost feels like something that has already kind of died, because the skull is just death to me. And but there's like new life blooming where there is like was once death. There's seeing color. This is interesting because I'm seeing the colored roses through the eyes, but in the mind space, it's just a kind of ghostly memory. I'm getting a lot with this. This could have to do with like an old relationship, whether you lost this person physically on this earth or you lost this person in your life at one time. It's just been a memory for a long time. And maybe you've been like, even around this time, there's like, there's a feeling of wanting to bring life back to something. Whether this is your own heart and your own potential to love, or a relationship that, you know, they are, the person, the being is still here, and you want to bring new life to it, or you're seeing new life in it, where it was just, it's very interesting. We're going to get some more on that. Let's get a little, I did pick some deeper decks, so we are going to be probably hitting a little bit of shadow work with these decks. Okay, we got, we got some, the shadow card is gluttony here. Too much, overindulgence, consumption, cooking, you know, not sharing, not, being like, let's get some more on this, Leo. Let's go ahead and get one of these in the middle here. Something could have ended because somebody was just kind of inhaling energy right in the center. Yeah, it's like something wants to be healed here. Something that has not been, it's anger. There's anger here too. So there is like a feeling of something ending, or not, maybe not being at its best. It needs healed or something, because there is some resentments or angers here around possibly a love situation. I have been getting these. I don't do love readings, but it's been coming in a lot. Like our relationships are being highlighted right now with this energy. So it could be because somebody was keeping stuff to themselves, maybe just being really selfish or self-absorbed. This could be you. This could be the other person, or the situation where it's just like you, no matter how hard you try, their attention is on what they want and what they're doing. And this caused a lot of anger, maybe resentment. And you're trying to see, like life there. You're trying to see like something more than just, like kind of a ghostly idea, a ghostly memory of what love is. It's like, I want it to be real, but instead I'm seeing this, yeah, that's what I'm getting. Like there's a feeling here of, wow, you guys. Wonder. And it's that same moon. Okay, so this has something to do with, definitely, it'd be the, both the moons, but this is, yeah, I'm getting that same energy. And look at the same vibe, you guys. It's like, I'm going to read that underworld card. That's really interesting. And this one, threshold. There's a feeling here of being right at that moment or that point in time. And here's the music and stuff again, you guys. It's also on the bottom of, there's a lot of memory here. There's remembering something was beautiful and loving and sweet, and it could have to do with like music and songs of music and memory. And it's just like when you hear a song, you know, it brings back this nostalgic feeling, and like it fills your heart with a lot of love. And there could be even like, there's a fire back here burning. There's still fire burning. There's still a fire burning for like either a lost love or a love that just has been kind of distant for a while. And it feels like there is some anger around this, or some resentments, something that needs healed here. But it does feel like you're right on that, of like being able to go past this, a memory or this nostalgia or this, like this, it says melody and the underworld. And there's also like a little fires in here too. There's a feeling here of maybe something trying to reach you from this kind of, oh, it's so interesting. I'm going to read that, but that is really interesting. Melody. Huh. Threshold. The underworld. Yeah, it's like being right on the edge of, maybe releasing these memories, maybe, or bringing something back. We are going to get more on this. This is interesting. I am going to get 3 word cards real quick before I read those cards. I am going to read those cards, you guys. There's just the skull, and I will look up the skull and the rose, the window, this moon, same, it's either like right after the new moon or right before, or yeah, right after the new moon. Let's see, that'd be, trying to remember which way is which, or right before the new moon, right after or right before. It'd be, both of them are going to be like sliver moons, kind of, you know. So it could be just like really during this this time you've been feeling this like death or this loss in love, or and having a very strong memory or a revisiting of like some favorite memories, maybe fires and music, and maybe there's just a feeling here of wanting to move past this kind of darkness or this sadness or this grief around maybe a relationship or lost love. I am feeling that. Let's see what we got here. Limitation. You can't have your cake and eat it too. Restrictive principle which inhibits extreme outcomes, pragmatic constraints. Oh, so there is something here that probably it's interesting. What I'm getting is there's something here, and this could be a same relationship or a same person or something that's like they're still here, there's still like love there, but it's not the same. The memories or something has changed. This happens a lot in our life, you guys. Relationship dynamics change. And you know, we always, when we first get in like things, relationships and stuff, that's always exciting and passionate, and oh, it's actually making me really sad. And then we go through time, or, you know, situations that make us angry, resentful, just living, you know, and it becomes something different. Oh, this is making me sad. This is making me sad. Okay, Leo. Oh, and you guys. Okay, so Leo, you guys rule the Strength card. The Strength card is your card in the tarot, your major. And it's about love. And but it's also about like these two very different dynamics coming together and kind of taming each other. You know, I get kind of strange different feelings about the Strength card. It's like sometimes we want something to be completely what we want it to be, but it's still its own thing. It's like the lion and the girl in the original tarot. It's like that lion's never going to be like your pet kitty cat, you know. It's still a lion. That human's never going to be like a true partner to the lion. It's a human, you know. This is a human. This is somebody who wants to control, and, you know, where the lion wants to be free. You know, I'm getting that feeling. And it's like, well, you can have this relationship, or you can have this in your life, but it's just not going to look the way you want it to look. You can't have your cake and eat it too. There's limits, you know. You can't have the lion without the lion, you know. You can't have the domestication that the woman brings without the woman, without the things the woman brings, the other things the human brings, and the animal brings. So there's a feeling here of needing to accept that if you want something in your life, and this could be a love relationship, something like that, it making me feel very sad, because it feels just like it's like the typical story of like we all want something to look and be perfect in the way we want it to look and be, and it's just not, you know. It's every relationship requires sacrifice and transformation, and has limitations, you know. And if you've only gone to how far you can go, this is why the threshold card's here. It's like passing that threshold of what you... There's a feeling here of being right on the edge of wanting to try to get everything you want and deserve in life, which you can do, Leo. I'm not telling you to stop here. I'm not telling you. But there's a feeling here of being right on the threshold of breaking through to something, getting something, attaining something in your life. And you could be really close to maybe walking away from that, or maybe just not ready to make the sacrifices it takes to have that in your life. This could be a job. This could be something like that. But I am getting love and relationship with this, with the roses. And then this music is really, really, really popping out at me. So there's something here with music for sure. And we have vision. Everything begins as a dream. Ain't that the truth? Planning for the future with imagination and projecting ideals. This is kind of what I'm feeling, is like everything looks beautiful in our memory, and but it's still not really there. When it's really there, it's like that. I've been getting this, that rose and thorn. Every rose has its thorn. In real life, the thorns are there. In real life, it's not a soft, it's not just soft and perfect and wonderful. There's always obstacles, and there's going to be thorns, and there's going to be always things you're reaching for more in, and that's kind of our human. It's like, instead of just accepting that this plant has thorns and we want to, you know, grow it in our garden, or we want to have it in a vase in our house, it has thorns. When you're messing with nature, when you're messing with, and that includes our own natures or any nature, you're gonna get nature. You have been saying this has been a theme coming through the last couple days. You can take the beast out of the wild, but you can't take the wild out of the beast. Okay. You can take the animal out of the wild, but you can't take the wild out of the animal. No, it's always there. And we also have that. It's interesting, I'm getting that. And scrutiny. The pen is mightier than the word. Somebody could be reaching out for some communication here. It does feel like something wants to be reborn or I swear I got this for one of your readings at another time. Like some kind of love situation or something, wanting to be seen differently, felt differently, experienced differently. Critical observation, examination or inspection to review, check, or verify. Okay. And elegance. Character is a habit, long continued. Okay, so if there's a hope, or you think something's right, like on that like shift, or it feels like you need to observe this more and look at the facts. If this is something, it's a critical observation, examination, or inspection. Are you looking at a dream you once had and it looked much different than it's feeling right now? Because that's what this is feeling like. And there is like some really good stuff here, but there's also this feeling of it just not being what you want it to be. That's what I'm getting. And it says character is a habit long continued. So whatever this is long continued. It's, if you're looking at a person, a situation, a job, something like that, it's like it has the same notes. It has the same, the music thing. It has the same rhythm. It has the same beat as it's always had. Nothing's changed. That's what I'm getting. The little things might change, but the basic, the character of it, like in a love song. A love song can have a few different words, but it's still a love song. 80s rock ballads still have that 80s rock ballad sound. Even though they all sound different, they're the same. You can tell, like the genre. That's what I'm feeling like. There's a genre here, a type, and it has one certain rhythm or beat or a way of doing things. It's dynamic. It's behavior. It's character. Whether this is a person, a job, something like that. It just feels like you were envisioning something a little different here, and it could be you're examining that and re-examining that about whether you should. You're on the threshold of maybe giving up on something, maybe walking away from something, or maybe on a breakthrough of how to receive something different and accept something different in your life than what you expected. Everything begins as a dream, planning for the future with imagination. This does feel like a relationship reading. Let's get this one too. Okay, we'll read those here in a minute, you guys. Okay. Let's get one of these and get some more on this. And we got, I can never say these right, you guys. Sahasrara. Sahasrara? Okay, I am going to read that also. Okay. Let's see. 61. I never say those chakras right either. 61. Sahasrara. Sahasrara, crown chakra. That's the easier way to say it. All right, you may have noticed intuitive rushes of creative wisdom channeling through you, lighting up your every cell. That is called a download, and it is a message from the divine, selected to come to you, because you have the potential to birth it onto this planet. Oh, this is hopeful. There is limitations to this, though. You can make something happen here. You can rebirth something. You can really make something come back or alive again, like in your life. Whether this is the love of in your heart, or this is an actual thing outside your life that you're trying to revitalize, even if it's yourself, your health, your relationships, whatever this is. Leo, you've been shown what you can do with what you've been shown your visions or your potential. It doesn't mean you have to do that, and it doesn't mean, it just seems like you could be being guided to kind of dive into something here that just, it would be a dream. It would be a something you really wanted for yourself in your life. And also this elegance, it could also be you being elegant and showing your character by continuously working on something until it's perfect, until it's as perfect as it can get. Nothing's perfect, you guys, but until it's, like crossing limitations, like maybe not putting limitations on yourself and others, or the idea that it has, like, this is as good as it can get, when you know it can get better. Something like that. That's what I'm getting. These downloads occur when the crown chakra is open, which may only be a few seconds, but it is enough to illuminate a path that you never knew possible. Find what brings you these channeling states and bring yourself there as much as possible. Whether it's through meditation, walking in nature, singing, or writing. There is this writing here, and there's this music, and maybe poetry or music, or actually just journaling or writing could really help you sort through, or maybe it's just something you do when you're feeling grief or sadness. I know when I write poems, it's a lot of times when I'm upset and sad, and I have tons of poems, which tells you I've been sad a lot in my life. So that, but it's kind of my muse. It's kind of my it's kind of what, I don't know. It's weird. Everybody kind of has their own like form of expression, and I feel like that like kind of special form of expression comes out a lot when we're sad, because we don't express it to others. So we find something that just comes from us that we can kind of just put on paper, usually, art, music, something like that, maybe sing, maybe dance, but it just makes us feel better in the moment. And writing poems has done that for me in my life. I know people who paint, and I know people who work, I know people who listen to music. I know people who clean, it's just, of course, I look at a lot of that stuff as like distracting yourself from the actual feelings themselves. But some people do work through their problems and their emotional stuff while they're busy, even, like I am the kind of person, I have to focus on it. I'm focusing on the pain. I'm looking at it. I'm, not everybody does that. Some people just kind of let it go through like in the back of their head as they're doing stuff. I don't know how they do. I don't know how that's done, but that's not my thing. But it is, I think, some people's things. I just don't understand it. The absence of the mind allows the genius of the divine. Let's say nature, singing or writing, like just, it's interesting. Those intuitive hits chose you. Now it's your time to birth them to life. There is something here that you want to bring to life that's just kind of a dream or a memory or something that makes you feel dreamy or maybe romantic. This girl's sitting there looking out the window, this lady, and she does have a vision. She has a dream. She wants to bring it to life. There is something here you want to bring to life. Just remember, there is something you may have to sacrifice or give up in order to make this dream or vision a reality. Even if it's your idea of perfection, or your idea of it has to happen here, or it has to happen at this time, or it has to happen with this person, or it has to happen with this job. There's feels like there needs to be less what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say, it's not standards, not like less expectancy on what, how, where, when this is going to happen, or when you can make this happen. Because I feel like there's some stuff you need to brainstorm and look through that may help you kind of it does feel like there's like anger here though about something. Maybe that's what you need to write about, or talk about, or just in the anger's within you. So there is something here. Don't eat or overindulge because you're angry. That's another message with this gluttony and this anger card. And if somebody else is doing this to themselves, and you're watching it and it's making you angry, and you're seeing a habitual thing happening here, and it's like, what do I do? It's like there's this feeling of being on the edge of a breakthrough and not. Like, I'm going to go ahead and read, okay, so, let's see here. Let's read this threshold. I find that I will get messages through these that are nice and a lot of the times and help with the readings a lot. This started out really emotional, and it is kind of, it does feel kind of frustrating because it feels like it feels like a far reach. It feels like a far reach that can be frustrating, but at the same time, if that's your vision and that's your dream and that's what you want, then you have to cross that threshold. You have to cross that uncomfortable feeling, whether this is leaving to find your dream or find your vision, whatever situation you're in or at, or job or relationship, whatever, or staying where you're at and dealing with the uncomfort of not having everything right now all at once in perfection, already done. It's like, yeah, it's interesting. Like, if you want that dream house, and this is the dream house, but it requires work, then you have to put that work in. It doesn't just, but if you buy something that's ready, move in ready, it's probably just a factory house or something that looks like everybody else's, and maybe you don't want yours to look like everybody else's. It's kind of like that energy I'm getting. Thresholds are spaces that invite us to cross over. They are moments that mark the edge between a before and an after. Like, before, something was just a vision or a dream or a memory, where after, I feel like it's actually seen, like something manifesting, something coming to. This is interesting. When we encounter a threshold, we have a decision to make. Will we step through and forward to wade in the murky unknown? Will we answer the call of what's reaching for us on the other side? And it looks like there is something, but it looks like there's something angry on the other side too. Like, it looks like we have to get to this anger, maybe, to get to the other side. There has to be some kind of either anger that needs tamed, or we need to express that anger. But there's something here. It feels like you might have to stand your ground on something, or you might have to really express something. I always get that with the scrutiny and the pen is mightier than the word. But it's usually like a silent expression, like walking towards something, not saying anything, doing something without words, because maybe the words are not being, it's interesting, like, when you're not getting heard, or you're not getting listened to, or you're not getting, the response, that you're getting the same response, or maybe it's the same character, the same, like, this guy is sitting here, like, ignoring this person who's hungry, and this is by the anger card, and it's like, this person is like, share with me, like, pay attention to me, like, I'm hungry too. And he's like, well, I'm bigger than you, and I'm going to sit here and stuff my face while you sit and beg for breadcrumbs. Why don't you just stay down there? Like, that's the kind of feeling I'm getting. Like, this could be like a breadcrumby situation, like, where you're, like, sick of, like, settling for breadcrumbs, or the illusion or the idea of something really beautiful and great coming out of something here. But it's like, I know I can make this happen. This is a tight subject with me, because you can work years on stuff and still, a character's a character. If this is who a person is, or what the job is, or what the situation is, this is what it is. And I am a dreamer, a big dreamer, you guys. And that's been, it's not a bad thing, but it is. Because the reality of it is that vision, that dream, you cannot alone make it happen. Unless it's with yourself, by yourself. But if that dream involves someone else, they need to take part in it. You can't do it all by yourself. If it's especially in a partnership or collaboration or something like that. Like, if your dream is to be by yourself, happy in the woods, like on your own, you can totally make that happen. But if it's to be with somebody and have them share your experience and share theirs with you, and you want that attention and that love and that good time with them, they have to partake in it. You can't make them. All you're going to be doing is sitting and begging for it, asking for it, and getting rejected, while they are happy doing what they're usually doing. Like, that's the vibe. So this is something really, it's like, wow, could be making you really angry with this anger card. Will we answer the call of what's reaching for us on the other side? Will we embrace both the hope and uncertainty? So, it feels like, okay, and this could go both ways, you guys. I stay here, I'm hopeful, I'm uncertain this is going to work, or that I'm going to be able to do this, but maybe I can, but I'm getting more this feeling of like going into the unknown and having hope that it's better than like this, or maybe even fighting like loudly, like speaking or writing or saying something that says, hey, I'm tired of sitting here, kind of like, it feels like, like begging, or while you just look at me with a fork in your mouth, like, and don't say anything while I'm just sitting here reaching and reaching. And then I get that reaching thing here too. There's this reaching. I'm feeling this like far reach. It's a far reach. Whatever this is, if this is a relationship, it's a far reach. That's what I'm getting. To get this vision or this dream, at least here. It doesn't mean it's not out there, you guys. This just may be a situation where character is a habit, long continued. It's not the character of this person or you or vice versa, both. It's the base. It's the foundation of who you are. Like, it's your character. It doesn't mean character can't change. It doesn't mean you can't work on your character. It doesn't mean you can't become a better character. But it's definitely habit. And it's definitely something that is hard to break. Like that strength card. I was talking about that strength card. It's like trying to break a beast, like, because it's beneficial for you, it's beneficial for them, but it's really hard, it's hard to get that dynamic. It's interesting. I'm getting that. We know a threshold is ours to walk through when we sense there's more for us on the other side. When you realize there's just more on that unknown, in the unknown. There's more hope in the unknown than there is in the known. If you know something, because it has a habit, or it's just continuously the same, and it has its limitations, and you do want cake and you do want to eat it too, and that's perfectly viable. Like, you can have your cake and eat it too. So that's, but there is some things, if it's this specific cake and it just doesn't have the, it's like, it's just, certain cakes don't have frosting. I want a cake with frosting, like, it's just, but you can't, like, you can, it's just going to be different, and it's not going to be like the typical, it's not going to be normal. I don't know if this is a weird metaphor that's coming to mind, all this weird, but it says, when we sense that who will become, let me read this whole sentence again. We know a threshold is ours to walk through when we sense there's more for us on the other side. When we sense that who will become, when we get there, is something worth navigating the unknown to find. Doorway opening, crossing border decision. Okay, I step towards with self-trust and courage. I listen and respond to what's calling to me. I embrace the beauty of the other side and the magic between. Practice. Imagine your future self who has stepped past an important threshold. Describe this future self. Who are they? What have they learned? What wisdom, advice do they have for you now? This could be about your own transition to and staying somewhere where you do have hope, and it is uncomfortable, and getting past this threshold of uncomfort about maybe perfection, about having limits. Maybe you're not used to having limits. So this can go many ways, you guys. I am getting a couple different messages for this, but you'll know. Let me read this underworld real quick. Where is it? I don't really like the way this table of contents is set up. Underworld. Where is it? Here we go. 65. Oh, I need a drink. Hold on. Sometimes life pulls us into the underworld. Okay, I did get this message, and I think it was the last round of readings and I think it was cancers and stuff. It was like, sometimes we're asked to go into the uncomforts, the emotional uncomforts, the things that we know are going to hurt, and we know, it doesn't mean they're going to, but there's a chance. There's a chance it's going to be great. There's a chance it's not. I mean, we have to take chances on love. We have to take chances on ourselves. We have to take chances on opportunities that present themselves to us that have the possibility of giving us everything plus more that we dream of. So I do feel like that's a message for somebody. Sometimes life pulls us into the underworld of disorientating and liminal space where we meet sorrow and grapple with the unknown. We experience death and prepare to be reborn. Our journeys through the underworld are never easy. There's injury to acknowledge, betrayal to reckon with, and devastation to confront. I feel like this could be that anger and this gluttony card. It's like there's a lot of things to reconcile here that are really upsetting and irritating, and it actually irritates me because it's very selfishness. It's like a very selfish, self-absorbed, like gluttonous kind of energy here. And it's like, man, we got to recreate ourselves here. The underworld invites us to be in this space between death and rebirth as we wander the shadows and wonder if we'll ever see daylight again. But the underworld also invites us to find ways to step into our power and embody our sovereignty, even as we grapple with forces beyond our control, looking and reaching for who we might become next, what might emerge from the mystery. Death, disorientation, alchemy, journey, shadow, rebirth, sovereignty. There's definitely something to reach for here, and it is a transformation or a change. This could be within yourself. This could be in a relationship, a situation. And I feel like the only thing really keeping you going right now, Leo, if this is your reading, if it's not, just save it for who it is, because it's somebody's, is the fact that there's hope. Hope is always kind of what can keep us moving, keep us working on something, is hope. Like I said, though, when you're a dreamer, sometimes it can get feeling like false hope, you know? And sometimes we get that false hope. The breadcrumbing and that kind of stuff, like, you know, it's like everybody else is getting a raise or getting hired at more. Like, this is the economy and stuff I'm talking about. But, you know, they get hired more, and then your employer or whatever gives you a raise. But really, it's not a raise because now they're hiring everybody, and it's like, okay, it's just very interesting the way, and this is crazy the way people do this, but it feels so gaslighty, okay? It feels like what? And then you're like all excited, you're like, oh, I got a raise, but like, no, not really, because if I had just got hired and I had gotten, been here this long, 4 or 5 years, whatever, I'd be at this higher rate. But it's like, interesting, like, it's feeling like reaching for something but it's also standing up for like a vision or a dream or a belief you have, or something that's truly like you've seen and you know you have the potential to make this happen. That's what I am feeling. Let's get this melody. 19, okay. Let's see, because this is interesting. We're all a part of an unfolding melody, a song of ancient as life itself. Music is as elemental as the trees, the waters, the fires, the birds, and the lunar phases. It's a sanctuary for beauty, a space for story, and a language we feel in our hearts and understand in our bones. The melody of life invites us to join the chorus, to get in there and join in. It's interesting to call to the sacred, remember our aliveness, and speak beauty into existence by adding our voice to the hymn of creation. What song is yours to sing? What melody longs for your contribution? Beauty, voice, music, community, and ritual. This song is mine to sing. My voice is power and beauty. I am part of something deep, ancient, and alive. I belong in the melodic unfolding of life. Okay, this is very interesting. There is something here. You may be just right on the edge of, and this is, with that specific card, it almost feels like you could be, if this isn't about a relationship or anything, this is you breaking through your own limitations. And the cake thing, you could be working on your health, your diet. You know, I am getting that with the gluttony. And that it's like, I want to be a part of life. I want to get rid of bad habits. I want to, you know, sometimes it helps to write those down and plan and prepare. But it does feel like a long, it's like a lot of work, and it feels like, you know, the vibe I was getting is like not reaching for perfection, going for better, but not perfect. Accepting that things aren't perfect. There's a lot. I feel like I'm getting lots of different messages for different Leos in this. Like there's like health here. There's like relationship here. There's like, I also got this like reaching for more in like the workplace or the, it's very interesting. Okay, you guys, I'm getting a lot. So let's go ahead and read this open channel. Life is fresh and new at every moment. As a mountain bird, I learn to read the changing winds. I embrace the challenge of the unexpected. At times, I get lost in an ocean of complexities without being able to take even the smallest step. Yet when I flow without needing anything or anyone, it becomes absolutely natural for me to drive my inner vehicle. I am a deep being, and the environment which surrounds me pierces me like a spear. I observe it, and I realize that it is made of light. There's something good here. There's a lot of anger, though, and there's a lot of feeling here of being, like, ready to just maybe turn back around. It's interesting whether I'm getting, one, turn back around and move back towards what you're doing, or going, leaving, doing something new. But I'm getting, like, the same kind of thing. Like, it's the same thing, the same school, the same rows. It's just, the vision or the dream, when in reality it's actually more beautiful, but it's actually more painful than just dreaming it too, because it requires more work, and it requires more patience, and more interesting, it requires more I'm just, I'm at a loss for words right now. It's just, there's a lot. It says, I'm able to look beyond the illusionary scenario of the present moment. Today I am certain that the story I have not yet created is about to be born. You may be about ready to give up on something, Leo, and it's really saying don't. Pull back your, there's limitation here to how much can be done in this amount of time, or this window of opportunity, or this space, or this job, but something here you keep reaching for, and it's a vision, it's a dream. You keep reaching for it. Maybe you are getting, if this is health, you're reaching for it, and there is shift happening right around the horizon. If this is a relationship, you're shooting for in your life, it's coming. It's just, there's just this feeling of needing to write down your concerns or your worries or your observations, and really review them, inspect them back to yourself, and verify whether those are facts or just anger, just the emotion of anger, because you aren't getting what you want, which could also be this gluttony card too, which is like, it's not like the little guy obviously isn't getting what he wants. He doesn't look unhealthy either. Like, he doesn't look skinny and shriveled up and starving either, so it's kind of interesting. And there is that knife on the wall too, where it's like interesting, where it says it pierces me like a spear. My environment pierces me like a spear. Something in the environment could really be challenging you right now, Leo. Creation. When I embrace my creative power, I am filled with strength. My creativity has always been ready to improvise and provide solutions in the most diverse circumstances of life. I make my mind flexible. I give permission to deep impulses and to the expression of my essence. An inner call invites me to create my own destiny through new ideas, perceptions, and feelings. Today, my creative potential is the answer. It is the key that opens the doors to great uplifting of humanity. Okay, sacred geometry. Okay. Order and chaos, despite being opposites, are intimately linked. One does not exist without the other. Yeah, you can't have just the good without the bad. You can't have the order without the chaos. You can't have your cake and eat it too. That's what this is saying. There's always this interesting. It is the illusion of duality that makes us perceive them as different things, even though their essence is identical. Even though their essence is identical, we perceive them as different things. Like this white rose that's a memory, and this red rose that's right there. Or not a memory even. Maybe it's just like a vision or a dream. Or the song lyric example I gave. Yeah, these readings always come together like towards the middle to the end. So if you make it this far, awesome. Because it takes me a while to get into these messages and start getting like the connection all the way, especially with these more a little complicated. But yeah, it's like the same genre, but it's like the same thing. It's love, but it's just different than what you may have envisioned or dreamed of, but there's something about the way you see it and it being perfect or not. Like, it's perception. There's a lot of perception here. Today, the invitation is to address internal chaos with perspective. What if you have deep internal chaos about anger or resentments or something like that? And maybe this is towards yourself. Maybe this is towards the environment. Maybe it's not putting that out in your environment, but writing it down and brainstorming about it and thinking about like what's really making you want to, this could be, throwing a fit, or this could be leaving, or this could be just, there's a lot here about something just not looking the way you want it to look. To welcome chaos is to allow the obsolete to be destroyed and transformed. That's interesting. To welcome chaos, to let things be, to not control the situation, not tame the beast, let the beast eat, kind of thing. Like, there's an interesting feeling here of just maybe not trying to change a situation and watching it transform before your eyes. The obsolete to be destroyed and transformed. Today, I let things break and fall apart. If that's the way it has to be. Yeah, and like, this could be seriously about leaving this situation or letting it fall away. Not fighting for it anymore. Not begging for it anymore. Not taking the breadcrumbs off the side of the freaking table anymore. Letting it fall apart. Letting this guy sit and stuff his face till he can't freaking move. And you walk away from the table and you go on to try to create your vision, because you have it in you to create this vision. And there's a feeling here of something right here that is that, but it's not. It's not. There's something very off about it, different about it. Today I let things break and fall apart. What goes away always leaves room for something new. This is the law of evolution. The universe, galaxies, nature, and the human being. Order is the key word to this card. And it says, I observe the movements of the universe within my own day-to-day life, recognizing my resilience and personal strength within the ebbs and flows. Observing the dance of chaos and the teachings it leaves behind on the path of learning. I realize that the destruction of ignorance marks the arrival of knowledge. That's good. Order and love. I understand that the nature of chaos and order transcends the label of positive or negative. The whole picture is my guide through uncertainty. I am at peace. Be at peace right now, Leo. There is something here that's making you angry. I can tell you that much. And Spirit's just saying, let it be what it is, even if it feels chaotic and you don't know quite what's happening, or you're headed into some unknown territory here. You can learn a lot by just observing. Write, if you write, paint, something like that, to express maybe your anger, maybe your pain. But there is something here changing. There is something here transforming. Whether this is in you, around you, I would just take it really slow right now, is what I'm feeling. Let's get at this. Khadga. Ooh, this was the Kali card. A predestined series of events is due to occur according to divine timing. Okay, so Leo, some stuff's getting ready to go down, okay? If this is your reading, this could very well be. This is just energy that's coming through the card. So if some stuff is falling away, and let it fall away. Let it do its thing. Even if you're like, this is kind of what I want, but it's not, though. There's a character. It's a habit. Like I said, two people. You can want one thing, somebody else can want another. If part of what you want is a close, loving, romantic, sweet, awesome relationship, and they want to eat their dinner in peace, and they don't want to be intimate or close or whatever it is, then that's what it is. There's just something here, but there's some kind of change happening here. I don't know what that is, but this is very interesting. Due to occur according to divine timing, this has been orchestrated at a higher level to integrate the paths of people with whom you have had soul contracts in this lifetime. Trust in the doors that close just as much as in the doors that open for you as a result. Wow. So something is there is a threshold, a door getting ready to open, close, both. There's something here happening here that's just, it feels like a far reach, and maybe Spirit's coming in and saying, don't worry about the chaos around you right now, the environment that's piercing you. If there's something in your environment is making you angry, just let it be. It's in a state of chaos because it's in a state of transformation. expansion, migration. Something could be even getting ready to leave, exit your life cycles. Or coming back. Migration, you know, leave and then come back. But there is something here, like that chaos, the expansion, and then the coming back into form, coming back into place. So whatever it is, Leo, let it be in its form right now. Let it be in its character, whether this is, and I would just say, be very mindful of your anger right now, or your resentments, or listen to music. That was a very strong energy, or, you know, find something here to express yourself in a kind of maybe a not verbal way, a visionary way, like write it, draw it, plan something out, dream it. Go ahead and be dreamy. Go ahead and have that dream, but know that there's limitations to the reality of it. And right now, those things could be looking very much so chaotic and out of order, and not in alignment with your vision, with your dream. I'm not sure where this is going, Leo, but as of right now, I would just definitely say you're either going to make a choice to embrace, this King of Swords, like not cut out somebody, or cut out something or somebody in your life. Ten of Swords, disruption. Something feels like it is getting disrupted here, but it also feels like it's not a bad thing, because new opportunities are opening up. And the Queen of Swords, oh my gosh. And the Lovers on the bottom, you guys. Okay, we got the Lovers, the loving choice. That could be to stick out something, but there is a masculine energy here that's totally not being communicative, totally being, and then the Queen of Swords came out straight up forward, and then in the middle is the Ten of Swords. This is the ending of a lot, but also the beginning hasn't started yet. But there's also a feeling here of waiting for somebody here, whether this is masculine, feminine. It is the King of Swords that's reversed, and the Queen of Swords is upright. So this one would be more out of balance. He would be, that very, very self-serving, even to a point of just rotten, like, you know. And then the Queen of Swords, who is very smart and can definitely in the communication. There's a communication thing here. The anger, you know, part of this is about the communication and the chaos, and maybe there is going to be some chaotic communication that just doesn't feel good, but somebody here is getting is going to transform through this. This is part of the transformation, is kind of hearing yourself, seeing yourself, whether this is you or another situation or person you're dealing with. This does feel like a situation, like a couple situation or something, and kind of working on it's like getting back up after a lot. And maybe this just is like the last leg of something that you've been fighting for a while, or you've been dreaming up for a while, and it just feels like one thing after another, and it just hurts, and you're ready to walk away. And but there's still this feeling of reaching for it. Because you know what you want. That's it. The Seven of Cups reverse. It's like, you know what you want. You're not confused. You're not, you know what's fair. You know what's right. This is very interesting. It's something you truly, truly want, but it's also something that needs to go through this transformation, which can be chaotic. And it could even involve, like, you know, some things that don't, like, man, somebody's trying to get through, break through their underworld, you know, their dark night. Healing energy. Healing. You know, there's a healing happening here from this Ten of Swords. Like, a lot of pain, a lot of things happen here. It's crazy. All right, guys. So that is your reading, okay, Leo? So I hope that helped somebody. And as usual, I hope you guys have a good day. And I will talk to you later.